I was a JD dropper. I weighed 110 kgs and I had zero confidence. Statistically, I shouldn't be here. And today I'm a software developer at Amazon in Dublin. And this isn't a story about luck, it's about a strategy, a roadmap that anyone in a tier 3 college can follow to change their trajectory. So let's get into it. Step one. Step one isn't about lead code grinding, but it's about fixing the hardware, your body, your mindset, and most importantly, your circle. Let's talk about the personal shift. I lost 30 kgs during lockdown, which I actually gained during lockdown as well. But it was just before my college reopened after COVID, and I decided that I need to cut, and I lost the weight. So basically, it wasn't about trying to look like a model, though I kind of did, but it was about proving that I could finish something I started. And basically, when you win physically, your brain starts believing in you, and eventually, you can win professionally as well. So, I would suggest that you should also have that physical and personal shift in your life. Add some routines to basically improve your health. If it is a simple change in your diet, or you can add gym or any sort of physical exercise, that will help you a lot and make you more disciplined. So I know you all must have heard of this saying that you are the average of the 5 people you surround yourself with or you spend the most time with. So if your group isn't serious about placements during placement season, and no, it's not about just placement season, but just preparing yourself or just getting better. But if you surround yourself with people who are trying to achieve something or do something in life, and who communicate properly and they try to improve themselves every day, you have no choice but to grow. Luckily, I had the perfect group, perfect set of people around me who were always motivated to do something, and that helped me a lot, honestly. I would give them the credit as well. So the Tutti Frutti English group, coming from a small town to a tier 3 college, my English was weak. Luckily, it was the same case with a few of my friends, so we all made a rule that we would read few pages from book and then discuss it only in English. So this way, we would be able to improve our communication. Initially, we sounded like a broken Google translator, but eventually that led us to become a better communicator. Of course, you have to improve your communication skills, and it's part of this. English speaking in interviews and how you present yourself is very important. So basically, I can say that that environment that we created is why I can handle a lot of global interviews today as well. So now let's talk about step two, which is about our skills. So we shouldn't be grinding lead code for the sake of it, but building things that actually work. So grinding lead code or GFG is the trend now, but it's not about solving most number of questions. It's about learning how to solve problems. So the industry doesn't want someone who can invert a binary tree, but they want someone who can build a project, solve problems, and think critically. So the point of doing DSA or making project is to learn that you can actually do things and you can actually think and then solve a problem. And the credit to the group again, because I actually hated coding and I quit 3 times, and the fourth time I stuck was because of them, because of my friends. They were consistent when I wasn't, and having a group, whether it's a college group or a community, virtual community of people, of friends who are consistent, so it keeps you from falling off when things get hard or when you don't want to be consistent. But if they are consistent, if they are pushing you, that will help you to get there. So I failed Zomato and DB interviews. I blanked completely, but I treated those rejections as feedbacks. Of course, initially I was disheartened, but eventually I learned. And taking feedback from failure instead of taking it to heart is critical. You learn that what was missing at the same time, what you need to improve. So it's better that you might just take the feedback and learn rather than crying over your failure. So the step 3 is the art of begging, or let's say more accurately, strategic persistence. So in any tier 3 college, you cannot be solely dependent on the placement cell. You have to be the one knocking on doors. So basically, what I mean by art of begging is networking. So you start with making connections with people. So before you ask for a referral, you build a connection. I spent a lot of time on LinkedIn asking people about their job, about their role, about their location, about their company, the culture, the tech stack that they use, and just making myself visible to them. When the basic connection is established and once the bridge is built, you start knocking. I was proactive. I contacted HRs, software developers, cold mails, DMs, LinkedIn DMs. I asked for referrals and I followed up. And I didn't wait for an opening. I went out, checked the website, checked for openings. I was talking to random people on LinkedIn, just asking for if there is a job. So either way, you look out for yourself and try to be as proactive as you can when you are looking for a job. So that way, you can actually make some change. Now let's talk about building a professional signal. A lot of people think coming from a tier 3 college is a disadvantage, but many of my colleagues here in Amazon Dublin are from tier 3 college. And the challenge is not about label, it's about visibility. It's just about making yourself good enough and visible enough so that industry can see you and they just can't ignore you. So use LinkedIn for your advantage. Again, you have to be as proactive as you can, you have to be as visible as you can. So when you keep knocking on the door, someday it will break. That is all for the video, guys. This is the roadmap. You need to fix your environment, you need to build utility skills and network relentlessly. So if a guy like me from a tier 3 college can do it, the path is open for you too. It's not about where you start, it's about how strategically you move. And in the last, I just want to ask what exactly you need for the next video. I have 3 options in my mind, but I want you guys to vote in the comments. So you can either have my Amazon interview experience for Dublin. I can make a video on Amazon India versus Amazon Dublin and the interview difference between them, and then talk about the actual messages that I send on LinkedIn. So please comment down below and let me know what you guys want to see next, and subscribe.